Are we making a direct connection between the violence that we see perpetrated by these goons and government? Usually they say that silence or inaction then implies that you're complicit. So if we don't see action, because we haven't, we go back to a case that happened maybe 2-3 months ago now. Deputy Senate Minority Leader Osotsi was attacked by goons. We were told by the same CS that these fellas had left the country. Well, if you have surveillance that's legit enough to let you know that they've left the country, surely you should be able to find them by now. But it seems as though there is a lack of appetite to deal with this matter. Now, today's Monday. We don't know who these people were on Friday that were on the Thika Superhighway doing this nonsense that they were doing for whatever reason that they were doing it. A member of parliament has made a statement. Nyariberry, made a statement. Sari Janda made a statement to the police over the Kisi incident. And it just goes on and on. But it seems as though it's like, when you're driving and then they say, well, step on the gas so we can move. It's like you're flirting with the gas pedal. You don't want to really do it. So does that mean that you're complicit if there's inaction?
We need to agree to the fact that the government is the one perpetrating violence, and the government has the monopoly of violence. This current government was complaining during the last days of the last regime of the things that are actually perpetrating today. The National Police Service, the president who has purported to that they are now independent, are wrangling around the issue of succession as the current IG is supposed to exit internally. Yep. That's a challenge. When you come to the PS Interior, he has gone against the Constitution that he's out campaigning for the president against the provisions of the Constitution. When we come to the CS Interior, he is actually preoccupied with non-issues and, interestingly, around Gachagua to know where he has slept, whom he is meeting, and what he is eating at the expense of Kenyans. This tells you very well that this is actually an agenda or a kind of narrative that the government wants to drive because it has lost ground across the whole region. And let me put it this way. If the National Police Service is actually independent, why haven't they arrested all those involved in all this violence across the country?
Maybe they can find them.
They have the machinery. If the government wants to find you with the fault today, they'll come for you. It doesn't matter. So we see a scenario where the script is repeating itself, so consistent, so organized. And let me tell you, what we have witnessed in other countries has come closer home with now what is happening. The Haiti mess, where we went there with that intervention, and we can see now goons attacking Kenyans on Thika Road. We can see them being attacked in Westlands. What does this portray or portend for Kenyans going forward? It tells you that indeed, when the government itself is not interested, it's actually policing by design, deliberately letting Kenyans suffer. Because if you speak against the government, they'll come for you. And the best way they'll come for you, they'll use goons. And they'll come back and say, those are people we are going to investigate. And let me put it this way. Every politician today, on both sides of the divide, whether government or opposition, have actually a team of boys, and I'll give an example of Nakuru East and Nakuru West members of parliament that claim to have some boys who are actually just moving around and ensuring that everything is okay. Who are these boys? Why is it that today they actually have a team of boys to move around with so that they can actually intimidate their opponents? It's because at the national level, they have support from the same government. If the government was reining in and arrest these members of parliament, including those ones who actually are being hired for this kind of service or employment, then the country will actually see sanity. The challenge we are facing is because we have got very high unemployment rates. We have political elites taking advantage of the situation. We have the president who has thrown the country into a campaigning mood from the day he actually was sworn in. And you can see, I just want to ask, are we having election in August or in September? Why are we in this mood? Because we have a governance crisis. And that's why you find that every other day, if you watch news, you'll actually get depressed because violence after violence and no action is being taken. So this is something that Kenyans must be aware that unless we hold the government accountable today, we are going to face a challenge. And why do we hold them accountable? Because we are paying taxes and they're the ones who have sworn to protect the Constitution.
They work for you.
So that is why we should be concerned. It's not because we are against this government. We want the government to perform. We want the government to do the right thing. And we'll hold it accountable because it is their duty. I'm not going to hold Gachagua or Matiang'i or Sifuna. No. Who swore to protect the Constitution? It is President William Ruto. And the buck stops with him.